But Jim, our next question sent via the Cult of Cornette Facebook group. This was sent by Brett McKee. What does Jim remember about booking tournaments during his career?
I remember not doing too many of them. You know, there's certain times when it's necessary. And the first big show in Knoxville for Smoky Mountain Wrestling was a tournament to crown the first ever Smoky Mountain champion. When you're starting from scratch, yes. And we did the tag team tournament on television, except for the finals, which we did that night also. If you're starting from a championship or even a promotion, more importantly, from scratch, great for a tournament. If you want something on TV for ratings that you can do once a year that will, help your goddamn programs that you're trying to continually work between the talent at the same time get the programming out of it. But I think in this day and age, the tournaments have been done like battle royals were at one point. Tournaments drew, even a kind of a bullshit tournament. You could, we're going to have a tournament. Oh, a bunch of matches. That just novelty would draw. But now it's been so overdone, unless it's for something important or to begin. You've got to have your beginning. In the beginning, we created the tournament for the title. If somebody, a major star goes down to injury, and maybe you want to put the top four guys, okay, two semifinals and a final on pay-per-view. I can see where you could sell interest in that as a money-drawing thing. But I mean, you can maybe make it entertaining, but I don't see any way you can make a tournament draw more money or more interest or more ratings in this day and age than personal issues between individual halfway recognized stars. Do you disagree with that, Brian?
I think a tournament at the right time for the right reasons could be a big deal, but I think just having tournaments because it's that time of year, so it's time for the annual this tournament, which will be followed by the annual this tournament. It takes away a lot of the importance, and I think the best case scenario, it's self-gratifying booking for the booker.
And also a lot of times it's harder to book than a card of matches with individuals with personal issues, because you've got to, okay, if you want 8 guys, because there's 4 first round, 2 second round, and the final. And if he's talking about what I've booked in the past, besides, throwing in ideas and stuff on WWE or whatever, if it was Smoky Mountain Wrestling or OVW, we'd have goddamn 50 people to put in a fucking tournament. But you've got to, most of the time, match up heels and baby faces, because it fucks the matches up if you don't. But then if it's every time, people see through it. But usually you have to do it that way. And every once in a while you can throw a little swerve in or whatever. If you do too many of them, it's unpredictable. But if you throw a lot of babyface confrontations in, then you've shot yourself in the foot, because you've got one of your main event baby faces beating another one of your main event baby faces clean. You don't want that if you can help it. And maybe he's got an injury going in and something gives out on him that's not the other guy's fault. Yes, you could, but you can't do that over and over. So many freak things that can happen so many freak times before it gets old. You get heels, and heels are easier to get out of, because somebody can either fucking fuck up trying to cheat, or somebody can succeed cheating. And nothing has been lost in the way of the guy's auras. So it's, and you can't advertise anything but the first round matches ahead of time. So you're not going to have Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock in the first round with a semifinal and a final left to go. So you're going to have to trust that people believe that the final is going to be Stone Cold and The Rock. Or you could just book it that way and advertise it and be sure, and they'll draw the money. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. WrestleMania 4, the tournament that Randy Savage beat DiBiase in the finals to win the world title, it looked like they were getting set up for, in the second round, Savage versus Steamboat. Steamboat had been gone a while. The year before, they have that classic match. Returns for the tournament. Loses in the first round to Greg Valentine. Comes out there with Bonnie and the baby, loses. But fans expected it.
The Crockett Cup tag team tournaments, that was a pain in the ass for Dusty. And to be honest, I don't agree with a few of the things that he did. And we were always figured in the tournament where we lost to the team that was eventually going to the finals and or win, right? Usually the Road Warriors, that was our thing. But remember the one year, was it Magnum TA and Ronnie Garvin were the babyface team that went to the finals with the Road Warriors.
86 in the Superdome.
Yeah, and what the people didn't want to see either team. I mean, they wanted to see the Road Warriors win, but they didn't want to see either team really lose. And we would have loved to have been the foils because I thought we could have done a better job at it because they wanted to see us get shit kicked out of us already. So I wasn't trying to lobby for us to win the thing, but he, in trying to strike that balance between just having straight babyface heel stuff and trying to swerve them up a little bit, and plus he wanted Magnum to figure into a final some way, but it got odd a time or two with all, and those were that was 24 teams, right? Or more, at least 24.
I mean, 86 was an afternoon and an evening. 87 was 2 nights. And I mean, there were a lot of teams.
88 was 2 nights.
They were random teams. I mean, it was Giant Baba.
Well, yeah. 86, at least there was territory teams left. By 88, he was fucking pulling goddamn full bodysuits out of the drawer and telling George South to get dressed 3 times. It was bad.